What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So, 402 whippersnappers, okay, were arrested over the 4th of July weekend at the beach, right? It's just a bunch of whippersnappers, 4th of July, out there having a good time. It's not like there's any jobs, for these whippersnappers to do. It's not like the government has any programs to occupy the time of all these whippersnappers. It's not like the government has any programs, to keep these children entertained during the holidays. It's not like they have any programs, to utilize all the aggression and all the testosterone and estrogen and early chemical imbalances and soft gray matter of these young whippersnappers. So, of course, young whippersnappers did what they always do when they have nothing else to do and somebody presents them with a location and fireworks. Okay, they show up, all right, en masse, like the young, uneducated, uncouth whippersnappers that they are, all right? All children, right? These children. Now, when you see in the video, you're going to see the demographics of these young whippersnappers, right? And had this been predominantly black whippersnappers, the headlines would have been thugs riot over the weekend. 402 rappers arrested over the weekend. They would have called them rappers, right? 400 rappers arrested over the weekend, right? Had it been 400 Arabs, massive terrorist attack happened this weekend. All right. Now, one of the themes of this was the destruction of lots of watermelon. Okay. I don't know if that was a shot or just a fruit of convenience, because, when you get a bunch of young whippersnappers around, destruction is imminent. All right. So apparently, I guess somebody was selling watermelon and they became victims along with many other victims. Had these been black whippersnappers, they would have said, you see, that's what's wrong with that community. Look at them destroying their community. Look at them. Look at how unruly and uncivilized they are. Those black rappers out there on the street. But since the majority of this demographic, we're young whippersnappers. The news took a light touch, took a boys be boys, approach to the, very sensitive approach to, talking about these young whippersnappers as they conducted their summertime activities over the holidays. There was a little rabble rustle going on there. Had it been the black people, it would have been fights, gang fights, and violence broke out. But because it was the young whippersnappers, for the most part, you had some of us out there just observing purely, right? Obviously. All right. But the majority of them, the young whippersnappers, they were, doing the things young whippersnappers do when they're in a mob. And, and some of them got held accountable. I'm sure their daddies would come and get them out of, jail later, pay the sheriff. Sheriff is their brother. It was just over there at the barbecue cooking up the pink chicken and shit. So, it'll be all good once the, let's just let a couple days go by, let the things cool down, we'll let them out. But it's just amazing how, clearly, the young whippersnappers do the same thing as all the other youths around the world. Given the same opportunities, right, to be free and mischievous, right? But they get handled with such a light touch compared to everybody else. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the young whippersnappers and their extracurricular 4th of July activities and how the media is handling that. Tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Illegal fireworks and fights in Newport Beach. Tonight, we're learning much more about what sparked the 4th of July chaos. Officers say they were forced to move in and make more than 400 arrests. NBC4's Tracy Leong has been digging into what happened. She joins us now live with the latest. Tracy.
Yeah, Kathy, and about half of those 400 arrests that were made last night were for people who were refusing to leave this area after officers declared an unlawful assembly. Take a listen. Video captured the chaos that unfolded on the Balboa Peninsula in Newport Beach during the 4th of July. You can see hundreds of people gathering inside the pavilion's parking lot, setting off fireworks, throwing watermelons and water bottles at the crowd and the police officers. One officer was struck with a mortar. He was treated and is expected to be okay. Multiple fights also broke out between the crowds of people and the police, and many people were also standing in the roadways blocking traffic, forcing police to close down several streets. City officials say social media posts drew large crowds of juveniles and young adults to Newport Beach late last night, and they engaged in dangerous and unlawful behavior. Police were seen in riot gear ordering people to leave after declaring an unlawful assembly. About 350 Newport Beach police officers, as well as 17 nearby law enforcement agencies, responded last night. The Newport Beach Fire Department responded to about 100 emergency incidents yesterday, including 10 fires, and they transported 44 people to local hospitals, including 6 trauma patients. I spoke to a family who is staying right across from the pavilions. Here's how they described what they saw.
It was insane, mass quantities of kids of all ages. We don't know if they were teenage, we couldn't tell if they were high schoolers. There was a lot of underage kids, a lot. And they were just running up and down. I mean, we kept seeing stuff getting thrown in the air, and we realized later that they were the water bottles that they were stealing from the front of the store. It was just nuts. It was madness.
When the fireworks were really going off, you know, we were keeping a keen eye as well on any kids with backpacks who were just trying to ignite them wherever they wanted to. And there was a few times where we told the kid, hey, not here, you know, do it elsewhere, because like I said, they were low-level explosives and they should be up in the air, but it was pretty chaotic, insane.
Newport Beach police plan to have an increased presence throughout the holiday weekend. The city also says that compared to last year, they had 60 arrests compared to 402 that they had this year for the same time period. Reporting live in Newport Beach, Tracy Lingong, NBC 4 News.
Tracy, thank you.
I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels alright. I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels alright. I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels alright. I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels alright.
Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.